I have scrimped and saved the cash, ammo, and resources needed to do this. I'm going to a class. Let's talk about this. While I've recorded this in June of 2025, and because of scheduling and stuff, you're not seeing this until July. I'm telling you this because the classes I signed up for filled up in late May, 4 months before the class itself and 2 months before you see me talking about this. If you see a class you want to take, buy the seats as soon as you can to make sure you don't miss out. Just saying. Like I said, in late May, I signed up for a couple of rifle classes down the road from me in Jackson, Tennessee. In late September, about 10 weeks from when I'm releasing this video, Drew Estelle of Bear Solutions and his crew are holding the classes. My timing was good as both classes filled up at the start of June, only a couple of days after I bought my spots. Just to be clear, that image is a screen cap from one of his videos. I made it into a wallpaper because that look really makes me chuckle. I've been to several pistol classes during my time in this mixed martial art. However, this is my first rifle class. Training is always important. It is a path you take which never has a destination. Budget allowing, it would benefit you to attend trainings on a regular basis, either a structured class or individual time with an instructor. When you go to a class or a instructor individual session, you're paying for eyes on you by someone who knows what they're doing and who will show you new to you skills and spot deficiencies in your current skill, and hopefully critique said deficiencies in a constructive manner. And there is such a thing as too much training, as the skills taught in each class will tend to blur together. You also need time between classes to internalize the skills taught by the class. Remember, any kind of training has the same cycle. Your instructor tells you or shows you a skill. You then get to practice the skill under the eyes of the instructor to prove you understand. He points out anything that needs to improve. Lastly, you get to perform the skill for score to pass the class. If you do that for all of the skills taught in the class, congratulations, you passed. And all that means is you get to go home and start regularly practicing those drills and skills until you achieve a basic level of mastery or better. I know of people who attend 6 to 8 or even 12 classes a year. Sometimes I wish I had the available time and resources to fly. Actually, I hate flying, or drive a couple of states away to spend a weekend or week with well-known instructors. Most of the time, I really don't want to, even if I had the resources. In the military, most people have what's called an I Love Me wall someplace in their house where they display all of their achievements, awards, high points of their career, and so on. Some people have or crave a wall of certificates signed by the likes of Massad Ayoob, Ken Hackathorn, Clint Smith, Tom Givens, and the like. That's great for them. Not that big of a deal for me. I would rather perform the skills they taught me to the highest degree of mastery. And, like if you have too many firearms, how much time do you get to spend with each individual firearm? Skills are the same way. If I have a toolbox of 15 skills and I realistically have 45 minutes a day dedicated for practice, I can practice each skill for about 20 minutes a week. If I had 30 skills in my toolbox, I only get 10 minutes a week. At what point does the skill start to atrophy because you're not practicing it enough? Get each drill down into the autonomous function level before you go and get new skill sets. Now we can talk about the instructors themselves. The difference between a bad instructor and a good instructor lies in several points. The ability to perform the skills they are teaching at a high level, the ability to demonstrate those skills and make them look effortless. Then they must have the ability to communicate effectively with a wide variety of personalities so each student understands what they're being taught and can repeat those skills effectively. Last but not least, having the heart of a teacher. By this I mean I will help you to perform this skill at my level rather than I am better than you will ever be. I do this to show off to you insignificant dweebs. Full disclosure, I only excel at 3 of the 4 points. About 25 years ago, I realized I have a difficulty reading people, as in their emotional state, if they understand what I'm telling them, and so on. This goes double for people who are new to me. My friends and family know me and understand and have ways to let me know when I'm getting off the reservation. Instructors have to deal with a dozen plus new people each class, and now I understand I can't do that, which is because it's unfair to those people I can't read and effectively communicate with them. This means they leave my class feeling like their time and money was wasted. To get repeat customers that bring new students with them, you have to have everybody leave your class satisfied. What I'm about to tell you shows me Drew and his team have that proper heart of a teacher. A couple days after I paid for the course, I got an email asking me to fill out some paperwork for the course. And not just my particulars and a range waiver. They wanted to know why I wanted to take the course, where I thought I was skill-wise, and where I wanted to be, and then asked, is there anything you want me to know? At the bottom of the form were these 7 points. Let me read them to you. 1, everyone starts somewhere. Even the best sucked at one time. 2, don't compare yourself to others. Your scores are your scores. When you are about to begin a drill, don't concern yourself about how someone else is doing or how well they did it. The only thing that matters is you and where your feet are at that moment. 3, no matter how good you are, there is always someone better. Be happy with your ability and know that success doesn't happen overnight. It takes time and you'll get there. 4, hard work is better than natural ability. If it doesn't come easy to you, it doesn't mean you can't do it. It just means you haven't yet. Personal note, as I like to put it, don't complain that something is hard until you've done it 10,000 times. 5, show up ready to train, prepared, ask questions, and focused. This stuff is fun. Remember, when it's time to work, it's time to work. Personal note, to me, this means show up with your magazines full and your ego empty. Number 6, do not get complacent. Safety, muzzle awareness, situational awareness, and standard firearm safety rules all apply. You will be briefed before class and expected to adhere to it. 7, lastly, no one gives a shit whether you are a special operations badass or a person who works out of a cubicle and just wants to learn about guns. You are all equal on the range. You'll find the best insight from people outside of your normal demographic, and you can learn from everyone. Stay humble. Have a growth mindset. Focus on what you need to do. Stay humble. Those 7 points boils down to those 2 words. If you're there to learn and not show off, stay humble. Those points warms the cockles of my heart and what I tried to convey when I was a scuba instructor. Now that I've paid for the class, I have to build up my strength and endurance to the level I can survive both days. I'm really looking forward to this. Y'all have yourselves a wonderful day. If you made it this far into the video, thank you. Just one last request that you like and subscribe and share with your friends, and send me some feedback on the way so I know where to go and what I might have messed up. Y'all have yourselves a wonderful day.